Oh, I didn't see you there. Anyways, you came just in time. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss this. Hello everyone, Radical here. Today we're going to be going over Voices of the Void, a atmospheric sci-fi horror sandbox signal-like, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series. If that description sounded schizophrenic, that's because, well, it is. Voices of the Void is a game where you can experience many things, ranging from the highs of exploration and discovery to the lows of deep depression and total isolation. Fair warning though, this video will contain spoilers, and I'd hate to ruin some of this game's surprises. So, if you're already interested, the game is in early access and free to play, so go check it out. Those of you still here, be it those who've already played the game, or those who've never even heard of it, let me be your guide to the Voices of the Void.
Kale. Kale! Are you paying attention?
Yes. Sorry, Mr. Boa.
Dr. Boa. Now, Kale, what is your dream?
Dream? I've never had a dream, sir.
Well, Kale, let me give you a dream. As one of my very well-paid and taken care of scientists. And all you have to do is collect some signals for a couple months.
Dr. Boa, I know Aina suggested me for the job, but I don't think I'm comfortable going away for so long. Besides, I'm doing fine. I just need some time to figure some stuff out.
Kale, take a look at yourself. Your unkempt hair, the bags under your eyes, and that frown you carry, it all says a lot. And Ina, she stuck her neck out for you, you know. She really believes you're perfect for the job. My point is, Kale, you need this opportunity.
Maybe you're right, Dr. Boa. Who's all stationed there?
No one. It's been out of commission for some time now.
Oh, well, who's all going?
This will be a solo operation, Kale. You understand? You'll be alone.
Wish on the moon and look for the gold in a rainbow, and you'll find happy times. You'll hear a tune that lives in the heart of a bluebird, and you'll find happy times. Though things
Hello again. Now, I know what you're thinking. I just took a very long, very dark walk to a trashed facility with no one in sight, and the base has doors that require passwords and a radar. Surely, this game's going to be tense and terrifying. And it is, but starting out is a lot slower than you'd think. In Voices of the Void, you play as a scientist named Kel.
Holy crap!
A freshly graduated astrologer who likes nerdy stuff and eating bugs. Oh, and he also dislikes gravity. Working at a facility in the Dunkeltaler Forest in Sweden. much like a certain Twitch streamer.
Last night, I ended what happened to be the longest streak that I've ever had of not taking a shower, about a month and a half.
I find myself surrounded by garbage. Now, any sane, rational person would bag it all up and throw it away. Don't do this. You see, you need points. Points are your currency, and you need currency to buy useful things. Things like beer, cigarettes, and a TV. Most importantly though, food. Food is pretty essential, considering if you don't eat food, you'll starve. Gaining hunger cramps to make you fall over from the pain multiple times. Until you fall over for the last time.
Fall.
The blue number is your stamina, which you refuel by sleeping.
What the hell is that?
And eating certain foods. But that stuff's expensive. And as you can see, we're not exactly rich. So we need to make more money any way we can, which includes bagging up all the trash, putting them in multiple item boxes, and shipping them back to base for pure profit. This will not make you a lot of money.
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
But enough to buy more food. But Radical, I hear you say. You have plenty of MREs. Why would you buy more food? Well, listen, if you can eat nothing but these for weeks on end, then you don't need to. But Kel isn't a starving PTSD-ridden soldier and likes a variety of different foods. You see, if you eat the same thing over and over again, the what I like to call picky mechanic kicks in, stopping you from eating that same food. This effect is more severe on MREs, so you might as well sell them too. Now, usually, I buy pizza, because there's different kinds. But Mr. Doctor knows, nerfed pizza twice. What is that noise? That wasn't there before. I don't think I should eat you. Or any of you, to be honest. Let's just... Oh god, my stomach. Let's just play the next clip. Oh. Weird stuff like this may happen, but take it as a blessing, because I was pretty hungry when it happened, and pretty broke. So, it was very helpful. Yeah, helpful. Anyway, let's get back to it. So if any of you have played a Source Engine game, you're gonna notice something pretty fast.
Gordon, you lousy motherfucker. Get your dork ass down to the test chamber, or else I will shove the sample up your ass. Stop fucking with the microphone.
And it's that this game was clearly made in Source. Psst. Gerald, what are you doing in the video? Psst, 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 psst. Not made in Source? Psst, 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 psst. Unreal Engine 4? Psst, 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 psst. When am I getting paid? Gerald, I told you not to get out of the cage. Go on, get. Anyway, it's actually made in Unreal Engine 4 in a way to imitate the Source engine.
Someone cooked here.
At first, this surprised me, but after a while, it started to make sense. Because it's Unreal Engine 4, the game looks absolutely stunning. Now listen, I wasn't going into this game thinking the visuals would impress me. But are you seeing what I'm seeing, man? Yes, truly a beautiful game. That overheats my PC, causing it to nearly explode. Now remember, this game is imitating Source, so the physics end up being really silly. Silly enough to make banana peels and soap more effective than cyanide. This includes your physics. making the way you look around and even move a little floaty, which means you should be careful about running around, or you just might trip and hit your head. Oh, I probably should have mentioned, if you turn on the funny setting, you can trip and fall over objects. This, with the Velma setting, makes for a very goofy time. Whoa, my glasses. That'll never cost me points at all.
Foreshadowing is a narrative device.
Now, you'd think this would take away from the horror, but it actually adds to it. For example, tripping in a dark forest has scared me more times than I can count. Tripping and falling pretty much anywhere is like a visceral jump scare. Speaking of jump scares, you're not going to be seeing many of those. Now, don't get me wrong, there are more than a couple. But most of the time, it'll be the objects. Like I showed earlier, the objects can be pretty loud. That alone isn't a big deal, but the game is very quiet when it wants to be. And there's a lot of sounds in this game, each being clear and coherent. So no, you're not hearing things, nor is it your imagination. Anything you hear in this game is bound to be worth investigating. Just don't become too paranoid, or you'll... What was that? Could it be a mannequin stalking my every move? Or a invisible 7-foot-tall alien cat girl throwing another brick at me? Turns out, it was this pine cone. And I'm realizing now that this place is starting to get to me. Finally, let's talk about collecting signals, which looks a lot harder than it actually is. Basically, ping space for a signal, and once one is found, you'll get both of these as close to 100 as you can. The top one has 3 different options it could be in, and the bottom one is very sensitive. After that, download it, process it, and ship it. Then, rake in the points. There's a little more to it than that, like listening to the signals themselves. But listen, I've got other things to yap about. So, after a long day of cleaning up base and figuring out the controls, your stamina is gonna be pretty low, which means it's finally time to get some rest. I couldn't sleep last night. Ever since I got here, I've had these disturbing dreams. God, I don't even know how to describe them. It's always dark, but somehow lit at the same time. And I always feel heavy and hazy, like I'd never slept a day in my life. Sometimes it could be this long hallway, and I'm running from something. I try to outrun it every time, but it always catches me. Other times it's just a room with no exit, just a desk with some junk on it, seemingly normal until the walls start closing in. I'll start to throw stuff around, angry and confused, but sometimes I just sit there. I never had dreams before coming here, nevertheless nightmares. I want to say it's the stress, you know, classic me worrying too much, but maybe this place is trying to tell me something. Now I sound crazy. As scared as I was of this job, this place has shown to be quite peaceful, if not a little lonely. I hope I'm done as soon as possible, Anna, so I can get back and hear about all your crazy occult theories and get pestered by Maxine to do better. Until then, Kel. Alright, so that's 1, 2... Oh, There you are. What am I doing? Well, fishing, of course, because after a while you're gonna realize that nothing ever happens. And in my first 20 hours of gameplay, I collected some signals, did some math, cleaned the base, decorated, took repetitive trips back and forth between satellites, and generally spent a lot of time edging myself to the thought of an alien encounter, only for nothing to ever happen. Alright, fine. Things do happen, but it's a little complicated and we'll talk more about it later. My point is, most of the time, nothing's happening. Now, I know this sounds boring, and to be honest, it can be, but it also isn't. Mostly due to the atmosphere. Doomcool Taylor Forest, as silly as the name sounds, can be a very eerie place. From day one, something just felt off. And even after playing countless hours, that feeling hasn't gone away. There are so many unanswered questions, like why was the facility trashed and abandoned in the first place? Or why is there a note saying not to go into the bunker, only for it to be empty with no sign of danger? Or why is there a chair barring the door to the freezer? And why does the meat keep disappearing? There is a lot to unpack here, especially for a fresh graduate, which in itself begs a question. Why choose us, and only us? And why is there a skeleton in the basement? Now is a great time to talk about the soundtrack, because I don't know how to write a well-organized script. The soundtrack is mostly atmospheric, and, well, isn't very big. They're not the most exciting, but each one perfectly conveys what it's trying to portray. Let's take the morning theme, for example. Now, the noon theme. Into the evening. And finally, the night. Now, I'm not going to lie, the night theme had me tweaking the hell out. The game does have other themes that only happen during certain events, of which my absolute favorite is that's what we call a absolute banger. Oh, and I almost forgot. Finally, the menu theme. Overall, pretty good, and does a great job of immersing me in the game. Alright, now let's talk about the store. Because I have quite a few points saved up, and can finally buy something useful, like a tool or an upgrade, or... Wait, that all costs how much? This game shop is a little absurd. You could buy something useful, like a Kerfur, a cute little robot who fixes servers for you, and gets stuck on literally everything. These make the game a lot easier already, but we can use them to make an even better robot.
You're such a sussy bonker. Such a sussy bonker.
Now, having one of these is absolutely great, but spending 400 points on a flat screen television that I can watch brain rot on is arguably better. Trust me, it's really hard to resist the urge to spend all your points on useless items, and the devs only keep adding more, like this trampoline, which I've conducted some very silly experiments with. Sadly, fence isn't on the table, but perks are. Now, as I mentioned, there are plenty of items you can buy with a actual use, like the coffee machine, which helps refill your hunger and stamina. Blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. That is coffee. Perfect. Until you start relying on it too much, and slowly start overdosing on caffeine, causing minor symptoms like shaking, vomiting, and having a rapid or irregular heartbeat, leading to a fatal heart attack. You could also buy a metal detector, and with it, a shovel, using them to amass a fortune. Just kidding, most of the time, it's just junk. What about kitchen supplies? To cook up an exquisite meal. Listen, as funny as the schizo burgers are, it'd be nice not to be starving all the time. There is a lot of options, and if you feel overwhelmed, well, you're not alone. What the hell do I need a wood chipper for? Oh, hey there. This is what it's for. Turns out the mannequins can move, and will relentlessly follow you when you aren't looking, scaring the absolute hell out of me. To the point that my paranoia and frustration pushed me to light one on fire. This was arguably a terrible move.
Get back here, Shocker! Shocker! You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
So yeah, don't do that. Instead, just throw him in that good old wood chipper and watch the magic happen. What? But even if you do end up stuffing all these bastards in the wood chipper, they'll still passively spawn. Besides, the game has plenty of other ways of messing with you. That was the sound of my power shutting down, and I have to go manually turn it back on by going all the way over here and pressing this button. Now is a great time to talk about exploration, because it can be pretty easy to get lost in Dunkel-Taylor Forest, especially at night. When exploring at night, make sure you always know the way back. Or, like me, you may just end up pulling a DJ Khaled moment.
It's so dark out here, we don't know where the hell we at, but the key is to make it. The key is never give up.
Learning how to traverse the map is pretty important, because the game has various ways of forcing you out of the base, like breaking your transformers and shutting down your power, as you saw. Or it'll break your servers, slowing down your download speeds to that of a citizen of Bangladesh. The game even offers you extra points for going out to satellites and collecting their hash codes. To do all this, you're gonna need your main traversal tool, the ATV.
You and I, we've been going the distance, aiming for the sky, with a secret ambition.
But if that all sounds like too much work, you can make an Omega Kerfur. A robot who can do it all, like fix transformers, fix servers, patrol base, collect hash codes, and even wear the silly traffic cone. Although, sometimes, for no reason whatsoever, they will stop and just stand there. It's really creepy, to be honest, until you realize it's just a pathing error, and then it gets really annoying. Suffice it to say, the Omega Kerfur turns the game into a cakewalk, and Redditors suggest not to rush it, because it oversimplifies the game, and teaches bad habits. You'll find this mentality a lot among the Stardew gamers, who like to spend their precious time sitting at home, doing various things, like working, decorating, and tidying up base, not realizing that they are stuck in a Sisyphean-type loop of endless chores and meaningless labor, forever managing their home. But I hear you asking, how does one make an Omega Kerfur? Well, I'd love to tell you that, but I made mine before 8.2, and have absolutely no idea how to make a new one with the new recipe. But there are plenty of videos for you to look up on how to do that. After building my Omega Kerfur, I still feel alone. But our free time has more than doubled, allowing us to fully lock in and do anything we want. Like say, I don't know, working, decorating, and generally tidying up base. Wait a minute. What I meant to say is that we now have time to hunt. Hunt what, you may ask? Well, secrets, cryptids, and even aliens. Now, I know that it's hard to tell, but trust me, I'm 90% sure that this was an alien, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. I mean, what are the chances, right? Wait, is that smoke? Oh my god, they're here, and they're among us. Ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far, congratulations, because we now get to talk about Voices of the Void's best mechanic, the events. Events. my favorite mechanic. They can happen at any time, on any day, but mostly during the night. And you'll know it's happening because of this. You will learn to fear this message and noise. Now, I'm not going to go over every event, because there's a lot of them. But I will tell you about some of my more memorable ones. For example, one time, I was out by the lake, collecting hash codes, when I suddenly realized that my screen was slowly getting darker, and I started to hear very strange noises, which made me immediately sprint all the way back to base, lock my door, hide in a corner, and blast my radio. When I'm not losing my mind due to supernatural weather out of my control, I'm usually getting pranked by aliens.
Does anyone want some coffee? I just made a fresh pot hot coffee.
Like this one time when something decided to start spamming my email, all of which made no sense. Could this be the alien? I thought to myself as I walked outside and completely missed it. Or how about the time that, out of nowhere, a massive purple space laser started beaming down on my property? And these are some of the more minor events. Some events are much more impactful, like the lake event, which spawns this green light in the middle of it. And much like a moth drawn to the flame, I couldn't resist. Fun fact about the lake, there is a flesh pit at the bottom that may be alive. Scratch that, it's definitely alive. How about the bad sun event?
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
An event where the sun is replaced with, well, this. Whatever it is, it ends up killing every plant on the map, and will end up killing you the more you stare at it. Conveniently, this is an excellent source of food. Who knew that eating bits of yourself would not only fill you up, but heal you? Doctors hate him. Learn how to survive the bad sun with this one dumb trick. Fun fact, the bad sun event happens on the 24th of every month. I'm not sure why, but it's cool nonetheless. Now, to be honest, I don't think this is the most interesting event. When it happens, it just kind of makes you sit inside all day, which I've already spent probably over 100 hours already doing. Speaking of spending hundreds of hours sitting inside, I need to finish this video already. Voices of the Void. What else could I possibly say about it besides from it is the most enjoyable and unique horror game I have ever played? Scratch that. I can say quite a few things about this game. For example, it is whatever you want it to be. You can treat it as a horror game, as I did, hunting down the many secrets among the Dunkeltaler forest and experiencing major dread and isolation. Or it can be a cozy work simulator, where you take a long abandoned facility and make it a place you can call home. There's even a game mode for it, and it cost me absolutely nothing, because it's free on itch.io, and is actively being updated to this day. It is a early access game, and I know, early access has gotten quite a reputation, but I have now played 3 different iterations of this game as of making this video, and each update has added new crafting recipes, new mechanics, graphic overhauls, improved models, and even new events. Hell, there's even a new map, Snow Mode, and I absolutely adore it. I spent a lot of time thinking about how to end this video, on how to give Kel a good ending, or at least my Kel, because this game doesn't really have an ending. You can just keep going as long as you want, and honestly, that's perfect, because I believe Kel's story is far from over, and I think it's only going to get better day by day. If it wasn't obvious by now, this game really spoke to me. It's one of the main reasons, actually, it took me so long to get this video out. So, I give it my highest recommendation. It honestly deserves more recognition. And if you're watching Mr. Dr. Nose, the creator of this game, what have you done? But more importantly, thank you for creating an absolute banger of a signal simulator, and I hope you get nothing but support going forward. Thank you to a certain friend for doing Dr. Boa's voice. His channel will be in the description. And to any of you who made it this far, I want to say thank you. Before I started this channel, I never thought I'd make a video of this scale, but now I not only know I can, but I know I can do it better, mainly faster. Listen, I don't like to ask this much, but a lot of work went into this project, so if you enjoyed it and want to see more, please like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me, and the support so far has been absolutely crazy. The next video won't be as long as this one, but should be out way sooner, so stay tuned. Once again, thank you for watching, and see you next time.